All right, we're live.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alberto with the Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism. Welcome to orientation and Q&A. And this is all about the MWH grand reopening. For those of you who may not have heard, the Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism, since the beginning of June, has launched the grand reopening. And it is quite grand, not only because of all of the wonderful new features of the new MWH site, but also because we have been working hard behind the scenes to get this all buttoned up and to share it with everyone. So we are incredibly excited to have launched and for um, all of the existing Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism students to um, to be a part of the the new site, but also for anyone else who is out there who is perhaps in the herbalism world or just thinking about, interested in herbalism and plant medicine and who is curious and wants to find out more. We're excited about all the great features that the new site has to offer. So I see people are coming into the webinar. Welcome in. My name is Alberto. You may have seen me around. And once again, tonight is all about the orientation for the new MWH site. We launched the grand reopening at the beginning of June. If you're catching us live on YouTube, then please know that you can join this webinar. You can go to the Matthew Institute of Herbalism calendar page, and I'll show you where to get there in a moment and click on the link there. But you will be able to also catch the recording for this if you missed and you're catching this post live, then you will be able to catch the recording and see if we covered any of the questions that may be coming up. For all of you in the webinar, welcome and thanks for being here. Of course, the chat is available and you can let us know if you have any questions there and we will make sure to address them. Lee and Tara are in the background, so they will be helping out in the chat. And of course, we can verbally address your questions as well. Now, for all of you who are here, please know that all questions regarding the new site are absolutely welcome in terms of navigation, features, or regarding courses and all of that. So yeah, don't be shy and let us know where you're joining us from. I'm in Ottawa, Canada. We had a beautiful day today. It was breezy and sunny, a little bit of clouds, and it was fantastic. So yeah, welcome in once again, everyone. This is all about orientation, the grand reopening, and I cannot tell you how exciting it has been for us, the MWH team, to launch the new site. We have been working on it for 14 months, and I think some of us maybe forgot that we had been working on it that long. And when we launched, we realized, wow, yeah, it's been 14 months, and we are just so excited because all of the features and when you put your heart and soul into something and you just want to share with people. So yeah, so we're ready to share. We've been sharing for about a week and a half now, and people who haven't found the Matthew Institute of Herbalism yet are finding it for the first time, and as well as those who have been with us for a while who were on the old site and are moving over to the new site are excited. There's lots of great feedback and yeah, lots of questions as well. So with that, I will bring everyone to the new Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism website and show you around a little bit, point out some cool features, and yeah, let the questions roll in. You're welcome to put them in the chat. I'll be checking periodically in there. If especially if you are new to herbalism and you're just seeing this, or you've been dabbling in herbalism, but you maybe know Matthew Wood through his books and are only just now realizing that there's a whole institute with his work on it, as well as other great teachers, then I think you'll definitely want to be subscribed to the newsletter. So that's front and center on the homepage. Just enter your name and your email address and then hit subscribe. And then you'll be getting all of the information that we provide on a frequent basis to keep you updated on classes, courses, and offerings that are coming out. And it's worth pointing out as well, there has been some confusion, as of course there is. I recently compared the move from the old site to the new site to kind of moving, like when you move from one house to the next, where you're just sometimes you forget where you put things. And so that has been happening a little bit, and absolutely understandably so. It has even happened to me. So I wanted to toss this tip out to all of you who are out there who may be wondering, like, am I on the new site or am I on the old site? So this is the homepage of the new site. And your first clue is that you'll have a button up here on the top right that says old site. Of course, this will bring you to the old site, but then that tells you right away that you are on the new site. And of course, if you see the URL up at the top, it says Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism.com. That is the new site. This URL, of course, originally belonged to the old site. And so that's, I think, what is confusing some people. They see this URL and they think they're on the old site, but in fact, it now belongs to the new site. So those are some tips to help orient you and kind of like you are here, right? So yeah, right now, as this banner says right here, the best ever pricing is available through June, and the pricing is never going to be this low again. And the pricing being offered right now is fantastic. I cannot emphasize that enough. And I'll show you all about it in a moment. But of course, the homepage, as always, is where you can find information about what's going on. Of course, right now it's the grand reopening, so you're seeing information about welcome. So these are some new features and offerings that are available, like the professional library. We'll get into that in a moment. Site index, searchable transcripts and closed captions, social media-like functions and certificates. So we'll be covering that tonight. And if anybody has questions, then by all means, let us know in the chat. Of course, there are bonuses every week for the grand reopening. And this week's bonuses are Materia Medica flashcards, Forage Fund cards, and here are some of the ways to win. You want to enroll in the Pro Library monthly subscriptions, and people will be randomly drawn. So that keeps things fun and exciting, of course. And stay tuned for next week's bonuses, as it will be changing week to week. So here we are as we scroll down to the subscription offerings. These are the same offerings that were on the old site. So you may be familiar with these. There is a new one called the Professional Library, but it is in order of the smallest to the biggest, to put it that way. So of course, the most affordable and economic option, the monthly A to Z, is on the left, and it is currently $8 a month. This was the original Herbs A to Z price per month. And as you can see, the regular price now is $25 a month. But for the grand reopening, we brought it back to its origins, $8 per month. So these prices, again, are available through June. So definitely make sure to get in there, because when you subscribe, you will be locked in at that price. We call that legacy pricing. And you'll be locked in until you decide that you want to part ways. So you'll keep your price as long as you remain subscribed, which is fantastic, because costs do go up from time to time, but yours will not. The library, of course, is just amazing. Over $17,000 value in courses. There's over 60 different courses and classes in the library. And, I'm not just talking about short courses. There are some short ones, but there's some hefty, comprehensive courses included in the library subscription. And this is the original library price, again, $45 a month. The library is only available for the grand reopening, so just keep that in mind. But by popular demand, we have merged the monthly A to Z and the library subscription, since so many people have let us know that, the library is amazing and it has everything I want except A to Z. So, of course, these have been merged together, and it is, as you can see, 53. That's 8 plus 45, but it's only available through June for the legacy pricing grand reopening, and the regular is 135 per month. So make sure that you get in there if this is something that you think can help elevate your education, your herbal education, and propel you along your herbal journey. Of course, any of these subscription offerings, if you want to learn more about them, click on the brown Learn More button, and it will take you to the subscription page, where you'll find out a lot more information about it, and you can take your time to read through and see if there are any questions that you may have that are answered through the information there. And of course, the professional library. So this is a brand new offering, and it is phenomenal. This is meant for those who have been studying for a while, and also for new people as well. But it gives you the library plus A to Z, plus more. So it includes things that will help enhance your herbal journey, that are perhaps for more advanced students, but also that help to bolster and give extra definition to the learning journey. So you have over $100 in additional value compared to the library in A to Z, and I would say it's even more than that, because, as I mentioned, it's everything listed under A to Z in library, but you get to attend the Real Spirit Journey Live, which is one of the longest standing courses at the Institute, and has very interesting conversations happening in regards to spirituality, herbalism, and everything related. The Doctrine of Signatures Live, which is with Lee Arnoldy, who does an amazing job. And of course, the Doctrine of Signatures is one of those concepts that Matthew Wood helped to revive and reestablish as part of the mainstream herbal dialogue. You also have the tongue evaluation classes. These are phenomenal. I cannot even tell you how phenomenal they are. If you have been studying herbalism for a while, you may be familiar with how difficult it is to come across a practitioner or somebody who is skilled and has experience at tongue assessment and tongue evaluation. Matthew is one of those people, and he has his own unique way of tongue assessment, his own parameters that he looks at. And so he has teamed up with other experienced herbalists to put together this series of classes with a tongue assessment. And they're phenomenal, not only because of what I just mentioned, but also because in the first three classes, for example, you have real cases with pictures, of course. For those of you who are not used to seeing tongue pictures, it's definitely interesting, especially when you start to understand how much information you can gather from looking at someone's tongue. And so not only is it interesting and incredibly educational to see what Matthew and the other teachers have to say and their expertise, but also to see the progression of the client, who you see their tongue and understand the things that show or indicate perhaps not feeling very well, and how their tongue changes when they start to feel better. So it's phenomenal. And then on top of that, you got study groups, live Q&As, game nights, and advanced discussions coming in early 2025. And of courses are added within days. So I'm going to go here to the professional library and spend a little bit of time here. Since this is the newest offering, the one that people may be the most unfamiliar with. So you have two options, and this goes for all the subscriptions. You have the monthly and the yearly subscription. So of course, the yearly is more of an investment. However, you do save a full month when you subscribe on a yearly basis. And so here are some, advanced value pack certificates. Those are some of the things to give you an idea of what the professional library is all about. For example, these were just added, $2,400 in courses just added. But as I was mentioning, you regularly, it takes about 6 months to add new classes and courses to the regular library. With the professional library, classes and courses are added within days, so you can access them. And should you want to attend live, then you would get 50% off on purchasing the live attendance for that class or course. So it's phenomenal value. And for those of you who perhaps are catching us on YouTube, and you may not know, but all of the classes and courses at the Institute do have a discuss section where you're able to ask questions at any time. So, even when we attend live classes, which is a great time to ask questions, sometimes these questions or the information takes time to percolate, and the questions boil to the surface a couple days later, a few days later, a month later, whatever it is, that they just come up and it hits you and you're like, oh, I need to know about this. I have a great question now. And so the best place is to put it in the discussion section. I'll show you all about that in a moment. But of course, you can find out all about the professional library and take your time to read through it. We have a great little carousel here where you can see all of the classes and courses included in the professional library. And of course, if you click into any of these, then it will bring you to that course page where you can read all about it. And of course, this is for you. Those are important things to read because you want to make sure that you are getting into something that's going to bring you value. So make sure you take your time to read through it. But the next thing I wanted to point out are certificates. Most classes and courses at the Institute now have certificates available once you complete the class. And of course, there are some requirements of completion. So you need to complete the course materials and you need to pass the test with a grade of 70% or better. Then you can save or print your certificate. And, not only are they great to look at, but they give you a sense of accomplishment. I know, at least for myself, they do something you can hang on your wall and feel great about. But these are available with subscription and individual course purchases. As you may have noticed, all of these courses that are included in the subscriptions are available as individual purchase as well. And the certificates are great because if you're simply, wanting the certificate to remind you of all the hard work that you put in to complete the course, that's great. But if you're working towards becoming a registered herbalist, wherever you may be with the accreditation agency or the herbal association in your area, then you'll of course want to make sure that you understand what your closest herbal association is asking for in regards to becoming a professional member, and you want to educate yourself on that since they do fluctuate. And that will give you a really good idea of the accreditation hours that you need. But all certificates come with the accreditation hours breakdown that informs you and the herbal association that you may be applying to in the future of the work that you have completed, the subjects that you have completed, the amount of time in each specific subject that you have completed. And that's just a fantastic resource. So yeah, and I'll show you more about that in a moment. But course, at the bottom and at the top, you have all the hot links to home, faculty, calendar, and all of that. I'll bring you to the calendar since I mentioned that you can find links there. I see there's something in the chat, so I'll check the chat in 1 second, but the calendar is where you can find all of the scheduled classes and courses at the Institute. And it's worth checking because if you enrolled in a class or course and you forget, oh, when was that class scheduled? You just simply go to the calendar and you'll be able to find it there. We also have different programs, and the best way to differentiate what is a class that is meant for your program is with the emoji. So if you enrolled in the year 1 program, October 2023, you'll be looking for the maple autumn leaf. Then if you enrolled recently in the May 2024 enrollment group for year 1, you'll want to look for the pink cherry blossom. And if you're in the professional library, you'll want to look for the quill, the feather that, and if you see any of, if you're looking, if you know you're in the professional library, then you'll want to look for the quill, and likewise for the other groups. And also handy is Matt's at an event, the airplane emoji. So Matt, as some of you may know, does travel quite a bit. He's constantly on the go, and he's hitting up lots of herbal events, especially, of course, in the summer, spring, summer, and fall. So if you are curious of, where is Matthew, and hopefully he attends an event that is near you, then you'll be able to see that in the calendar and maybe be able to connect with them. So this is the calendar, and please know this calendar adjusts to your time zone. So all classes are scheduled in the central time zone, central US, Chicago time zone, but this calendar adjusts specifically for your time zone. So you'll see the time that you see posted is in fact the time in your area. And any of these, if you click on them, it'll give you more information. It'll tell you the title, of course, the time, the date, and topics as they are available. What I wanted to show you was the new site orientation. So today is the 14th. So if you wanted to join us, you can click here to sign up, and you'll receive the Zoom invitation link for all of those of you who are on YouTube live. But this webinar will also be on demand. So if you want to check on this, or if you maybe have to go right now, and you want to check up on the recording for this, then go to the calendar page, click on here, and you'll be able to watch the recording by clicking on the link here. So with that, I'll come back to the chat and see if there are any questions. Yeah, Tara's just chiming in. If questions come to mind later, feel free to contact us at hello@whatherbs.com. So that is absolutely worth pointing out time and time again. Hello@whatherbs.com is where you can reach us, and the best place to reach us, of course. So you're always welcome to contact us there. Carla is rating us. Thank you, Carla. I thought I already registered. Now I'm looking at my profile showing 0 courses under the library. So can I still register? Will a one show under course when I'm registered? So if you are looking to register in the library, then you will see many more courses in your that you're registered in, many more courses than that. As I mentioned, library has over 60 different courses. So it may be, and I'm pointing this out only because I've seen it happen several times already. And Tara's chiming in that Lee will help you here on the back end and email you. But something I've noticed is that people will accidentally go to the old site, and then they'll create an account and see 0 courses. And so to just keep in mind to look at the URL, as I pointed out at the beginning. as that will give you some clues, but Lee will definitely help you out and make sure that that you're able to find your account or that you are able to register and get to learn in. So Michael's asking, is there any content access that previous library subscribers of the old site are losing in the transfer process to the new site if reselecting library on the new site? No, there's nothing at all that library subscribers from the old site are losing, nothing at all. You should know that the library on the new site has been recently infused with $2,400 worth of new classes and courses that were added. So these will not be found in the library on the old site, but they are part of the library on the new site. But no, the library subscribers are not losing access to any content. Tara is pointing out, and thanks for the reminder. So the Real Spirit Journey, you will have access to recordings through the library, the regular library. But the Real Spirit Journey Live, if you want to attend the live classes, those will be accessible through the professional library subscription or through purchasing Real Spirit Journey on its own as a standalone course. So yeah, Tara is pointing out you're gaining all the new courses, $2,400 of courses included. Could you show how to attend RSJ separately? Absolutely. Let's take a little sip here. And yeah, that's thanks for asking, Michael, because that is a great thing to point out as well. So if you are on the homepage, let's say, then you can go and see all the courses by clicking on courses at the top of the page. And there's many ways to go about it. If you just simply want to peruse, then feel free to load more and continue to load more. And then you can scroll down through all of the courses. But if you want to save some time, then you just type in the search and you'll get what you're looking for. So you want to click enroll. This will bring you to the course page. And then you'll have this enroll button. When you hover over it, it'll give you all of the options. So pay once gives you 3 months access to Real Spirit Journey, and that includes the live attendance. And then it shows you all of the different subscriptions that Real Spirit Journey is a part of. So library, but of course, this does not include the live attendance. Library in A to Z, that does not include the live attendance. And the professional library, that does include the live attendance for Real Spirit Journey. And keep in mind, so here you have the monthly for the 3 different options, and then you have the yearly for the 3 different options. And this enroll button or course catalog will be or is available for all classes and courses. You'll be able to hover over it and you'll be able to see if it says pay once and or which subscriptions it's included in. And it's worth pointing out all classes and courses are for the pay once option, all classes and courses are it gives you access to for 1 year to the recordings, and with the exception of Real Spirit Journey, the tongue evaluation course, and the doctrine of signatures. And I believe those are the 3 that are exceptions. So if we go back to courses, just to give you another example, and we'll go here to herbs for the musculoskeletal system. I'm already enrolled in this. So that's another thing to point out. Once you're enrolled, it brings you to the program page or the course page, and then you click continue, and that'll bring you to the course player. But something I wanted to point out is a certificate. And so this certificate gives you more information specific to this course. So of course, again, it tells you what you need. You need to complete the course materials, pass the test with 70% or better, and then you can save or print your certificate. But in terms of the accreditation hours, it tells you exactly what subjects and how many hours of each subject you get accreditation for this course specifically. So this gives you a really great idea of the accreditation hours before you even purchase the course. Or, if you're part of the library or professional library or one of the subscriptions, it gives you a really good idea of the accreditation potential, let's say, before you decide to invest your time into that course. And especially if you've already accumulated many hours of accreditation hours and you're looking to apply for your professional membership at an herbal association soon, then you may be more selective with the type of subjects and the hours that you want to be spending your time on. So that makes it really easy to differentiate. So here, for example, you have a total of five accreditation hours, 2 hours of materia medica, 2 hours basic human sciences, and 1 hour pharmacy, pharmacognosy, and dispensing. And so as a reminder here at the bottom, as I mentioned earlier, you'll want to check with your accrediting agency, your herbal association that you will be seeking professional membership with, as they do all have different parameters and requirements for application to become a professional member. So let's go to a different course just to show you an example and also show you some of the features, of course, that I was talking about. Once again, you can click load more. That will keep bringing up the courses. But you can also, like if you click all, this brings you to all newest. It shows you the newest courses. Once you're enrolled in new courses, like let's say if you're part of the library or the professional library, and you want to see, well, is there anything new that I'm not a part of? You can click on not enrolled. If you click my, this will bring up any classes or courses that you are enrolled in actively. So that's handy. Once you want to get to studying, you can just click on my. And popular, of course, will show you the most popular courses. Free, another very important class of courses. Of course, we all love free content, and there's a lot of it at the Institute. All of the content, the free content on the old site is available on the new site, but you will need to re-enroll in it. So if you're wondering, oh, how do I get access to the free classes and courses that I was enrolled in on the old site? Just go to the free courses, and then you'll want to enroll in the ones you want once again. And then you have this handy certificate tab that will show you all of the classes and courses that do have a certificate of completion available. So you want to click on certificate, and if you want to see them all, you want to click on load more and keep scrolling. Down below, you have another way to view the subscriptions. And you can also search, of course, as I demoed a moment ago. I see some questions that are coming in, so I'm going to stop share here, go back to the chat and see what's going on. So yeah, thanks, Tara, for chiming in there and clarifying. Yes, it's not another subscription. And I'll just narrate here for anyone who perhaps is watching and not able to view the chat. So the RSJ, Real Spirit Journey, is not another subscription, but a la carte option for the 3-month access. So $54 for 3 months, which ends up being $18 per month. And that is the same price as the old site. And yeah, Michael's saying he likes the option of attending live. Yeah, I think we all do, or most people do, especially if you're able to make that time. But I'll go back to the site here and I'll show you another example. So we'll go to the Voyage with Culpeper, Practical Herbalism from the Renaissance. So I'm not enrolled in this course, and so I'll have the enroll button that will show me all of the different options to purchase the course. of course, pay once. As I mentioned, all the courses are a 1-year access with the pay once option, except for Doctrine Signatures, except for the tongue evaluation and Real Spirit Journey, which are 3 months. And then you have all of these subscription options in ascending order. So of course you have the library plus A to Z, professional library, all the monthly, and then the yearly options. And once again, take your time to peruse and familiarize yourself with the course. And if you want to know what subjects this covers, this will give you a great idea. 2 hours of Materia Medica, 6 hours history, philosophy, and therapeutic paradigms and application, including energetics of various systems and herbal medicine. This is a fantastic course for those of you who like history or who want to get more in touch with your the roots of some of the influential roots of Western herbal medicine with Culpeper. So why don't we go to the community and I'll show you why we love it so much. It is phenomenal. So I have it open here in another tab, but you can click on community at the top of the page and it'll bring you right there. And so, of course, you have your general space. We also have a group for the year 1 program specifically. And yeah, it's very easy to use. You basically have a feed. So this is very similar to social media that so many of us are used to now. So the top area here tells you exactly what part of the community you're in. So we're in the general section, and then you can simply scroll through the feed and you can heart, you can upvote, and you can comment on any of the posts. So people are posting some books, and that's wonderful. The other great thing is that it is searchable. So you can literally click in here, you can type a person's name, and all posts that person has either been mentioned in or has made themselves will show up. So if if you posted something yourself and you're trying to find it, you can search your own name. You can search for different terms. You can search for really anything, and it will bring it up. And that just saves you time, right? If you can find things efficiently. The other great thing is you got mentions. So this is like tagging someone on social media. So you type the @ symbol, you type the person's name, and then you click on the icon of them as they come up, of the user that comes up. And this is fantastic because it actually notifies people. So people will be notified as soon as you post the comment for that you're mentioning that person in, and they will receive an email notification. And then when they respond to you, you will also receive an email notification. And if you click on the mention section, it will show you only messages or posts that you have been mentioned in. So that's a fantastic way to interact, really, we herbalists a lot of the time like interacting with other people. They like interacting with plants, and especially they like interacting with other herbalists, of course, talking about plants, talking about plant experiences. So this makes it easier to share our experiences, share our thoughts, and to just bolster the herbal community. As you'll notice here, we have course discussions, which we can minimize or expand. And these are discussion sections from every course that I am enrolled in or that you are enrolled in. So if you are enrolled in a course, even a free course, you will see a discussion section within the course, and that course discussion is mirrored in the community. And so it's great because we can access 2 different ways, but the difference being that in the community, accessing from the community side will show you kind of like a general feed of all of the comments within the discuss section. But if you were to access the discuss section through a course, it would break it up as per lesson. So every lesson will have a different discussion section, and this just keeps it more organized, I guess, per topic and per lesson, so that it makes it possible for you to view the content in two different ways, organized in two different ways, which one way may work better for others. So here's an example. This is the year one program, and it's great. People are coloring in the Earthwise Herbal, which is amazing. And yeah, so it's great because when, let's say if I were to type something in here, it would show up here in the feed, and then it would also show up in the within the course. So the cool thing about it too is that every single post will have, of course, the person who wrote it, but will also have a link to that specific lesson in the course. And so if I'm curious to see, you know, why was this post made in this specific lesson, as of course, a lot of the times questions come up during lessons, right? So if we click on it, it'll bring us there. And if you are enrolled, you'll be able to access and see.
That one was to the general section, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I think it's to the wisdom of nature.
Okay.
And of course, so you have your path, and then you have your discuss section. And here you'll see that same post is being reflected in the community, as I mentioned. Yeah, and this brings us to one of the other great and useful, very useful new features of the new site, which is the transcripts and the closed captions. So every video lesson will have transcripts and closed captions. And as you can see, they're showing up here. But for those of you who may just be accessing classes and courses for the first time, they will be off. So you'll be looking here on your video player for the transcript icon, closed captions as well. Closed captions are available in English, and they will show up here when you play. But you can turn them off, and the transcripts, you can fit to window or full transcript. Fit to window is my favorite because you can scroll through the transcripts as you and the video stays in place when you click full transcript. You scroll and the video will move up out of the way, and so you can read along with as you watch the video, which is useful for many. I know sometimes I like to read along, but the useful part is the search ability. And just to give you an example here, we'll look up a word that is likely to appear a lot of times in this class. So nature. And as you can see, it highlights any instance of that word being mentioned in this class, even in signatures. And that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but nature is part of signatures, which is that's kind of fun. So let's say you were looking for a word that that maybe didn't appear as often, right? You could easily scroll through the transcript after typing it in, and you could easily spot where that word was mentioned because it'll be highlighted bright yellow. And as you can see, that there wasn't something mentioned there, and I quickly was able to see, oh, it was mentioned here. So talker, writer, communicator, that's my nature. So maybe I wanna listen to that. And this is the coolest part for me. It kind of what wraps it all up together and makes it so useful is that I can click on that word and it will redirect to that section of the video. And so then not only can I read about it, I can also click play and watch what the teachers are saying about that word in real time. And so it gives you the ability to find information real quick. And that's where the index also comes in. So I'll be showing that in a moment. But if you want to back out of the course, all you have to do is click there. So I'm going to go back to the chat before showing the index and see if there are any questions. Yeah, so there are no questions, but I'm excited to show you the index. This is one of the coolest things at the Institute. Of course, there are so many different features, but in terms of finding information, we're all pressed for time these days. Life is fast, and if we can save some time anywhere, then why not? So I'm just gonna take a little sip of water here. Bring you back to the site. And maybe before we get into the index, I'll just point out the general support area, which is, of course, very good to know about. We have support right here. All you have to do is hover over the support sign. Then you have the index and the glossary, which I will show you, but probably more pertinent right now. And generally speaking, the help and contact us, of course, contact us is if you want to get in contact with us, but you can also do that hello@whaterbs.com. The help page is phenomenal and really useful, especially as you're getting acquainted, as you're getting used to the new site. So you have, of course, frequently asked questions. That's what it's all about. So as you can see, it's very concise, but any of these topics here are a pop down. So when you click on it, you get more information. And so here in the welcome orientation section, you have edit your profile, access materials for any class or course, use the discuss section. As I pointed out, the discuss section. So you can ask teachers questions, access and interact in the community, use the video player, transcripts, and closed captions, using the accessibility tools, which is this right here, makes a great way to, or has great features for enhancing font and contrast on the site, if that's something that may be useful to you. And then the download and print downloadable documents, of course, how to use the index and the calendar. So all of these are video links. When you get in there, you can click on these links. They'll bring you to a video which will demo how to use any of these features, including the calendar. I did explain that today, but if you need a refresher for any of these, you'll want to go to support help, and of course, you'll find it there. And then into the more technical things, of course, accessing recordings, have some written instructions here, as well as a link to a video, recording availability, how to attend live class webinars, and basically instructions on how to access material. And of course, if you have any technical issues, just general advice on how to troubleshoot. But of course, let us know at hello@whaterbs.com if you are having issues with anything as well. Billing, so you can understand the billing, the subscriptions, and the cancellation and refund policy. Of course, that's always good to know. Then you want your student details, any test questions, scholarships, certificates, joining the discussion, and of course, finding courses, classes, and search for herbs and other topics. Of course, you have the contact us. This brings you to the faculty page, which is here. And here you can find out about all of the different teachers, of course, at the Institute. and read up all about them. They all have their own personal sites as well. So you'll be able to find out about them too if you are curious to see all the different people that are on faculty. Now, I'm just going to close a couple tabs here. But if you go back to support, we can go to the glossary. This is like a glossary in any book. There's many terms here, and they give you a brief description of these terms. Of course, these are terms that do come up throughout lessons and classes and content at the Institute. So if there are any terms that you come across and you perhaps want to get a a short definition of them, this is a good place to go. And as mentioned, the index is the other great place to find information. This will open in a new tab, and please know the index is growing. It will continue to grow. As of now, there's over 1,000 different terms listed in the index, so it's quite comprehensive and just sizable. But it will continue to grow, and I'll explain why in a moment. But you have you have instructions on how to use the index right here, and it's fairly easy. You have different categories. There's 7 of them, and these are all, of course, related to herbalism. But you have categories like herbs, like folk herbalism, astrological and alternative terms, and of course, preparation supplements and substances, people, teachers, and cultures. So familiarize yourself with the different categories. But as we get into the index, you'll notice that the category that you are on will be on the top right page or displayed on the top right page. I'm going to zoom in here just a bit to make it easier to see. The top right page will display the category, and the leftmost column is also the category that you are on. And so here with herbs, you'll have herbs listed in alphabetical order from A to Z in the left column. And if this term appears in any of the classes and courses, it will be posted here. So these are all the columns for the different classes and courses. Currently, and this is why the index will continue to grow, currently we have classes and courses listed for the Year 1 program, and that includes the core curriculum, the Materia Medica, and the electives course, which is from Year 1 through 3. But of course, coming soon, you will see links, and these are links to all of the classes in the library, Real Spirit Journey, individual courses, and Herbs A to Z as well. And so this makes it really easy to find information. So let's say that I'm curious about, let's say, adaptogens. So this could be an herbal action, but also a folk herbalism or astrological and alternative term. So I'm going to go to page 146. I'm going to scroll out just a bit so I can see the page. Of course, you're welcome to scroll through, but if we go here, I can type in 146, and this will bring me to that page. We have adaptogens here. And as you can see, we are in herbal actions, taste, and tissue states, and in alphabetical order once again. So adaptogens is the first term to come up in that category. And we have some hot links here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. Bring us to the Eleuthero class. Just pause that right there. And as I demoed before, here you have your transcript, and this is what ties it all together, right? Because I can look up a term in the index, and then I can see which classes it comes up in. I can click on that hot link, bring me to the class, and then I can look up that term in the search bar, and it will highlight it. And so now I can see anytime that that term shows up in this class. And so it makes it so that you can easily cover where all of the instances in which that herb, in this case, herbal action, but in which that term was mentioned throughout the class. So of course, adaptogen is mentioned in this class quite a bit, but it could be mentioned in different contexts, could be mentioned in similar contexts, as you know, Matthew likes to differentiate and be very specific about herbs, but also certain terms. So by searching and exhausting all of the times that this term shows up in this class, then I can get in a really efficient way. I can get a really clear picture of you know what what adaptogens are mentioned, but also how they're being mentioned in this class specifically. And of course, you can kind of read and see, okay, maybe I want to hear about this, or maybe I want to hear about this. And then once you find what you do want to hear about the most, click on the word and it will redirect to that point in the video. And then you can watch and see what the teachers are saying about it. So I'm going to go back to the chat, see if there are any questions. I'm not seeing any questions come in. It looks like any new questions, rather. There have been questions, but Tara and Lee have been doing an amazing job at covering those questions in the chat. So thank you both for helping me there with those questions. Oh, I do see a Q&A here. So let's open that up. Lisa is asking. Oh, not a question. I just wanted to say thank you for clarifying for me. Of course, absolutely. Not sure what I helped to clarify, but as long as it was useful, that is the most important. Yeah, so I'll just take a moment, see if anybody has any other questions or any other topics perhaps that they would want to see covered. And yeah, let us know in the chat. And I will happily demo. So bring you back to the home page here and point out something else, which I think is absolutely worth knowing. On the home page, as always, the home page is, if you're just, curious what's going on, what, at the Institute, have I missed anything? Is there something I should maybe be paying attention to? Go to the home page. We'll have it there. But aside from the subscription offerings, of course, if you're not remembering, there's been a lot of information tonight. So if you want to, like highlights brand new, like the tongue evaluation class, as I mentioned, is brand new and it's fantastic and phenomenal. One that I didn't mention is the holistic nutrition course. This is with Phyllis D. Light. And for those of you who are not familiar, Phyllis D. Light is a world-class herbalist, and she's an expert in naturopathic topics, a range of naturopathic topics. She is the author of the Southern Folk Herbalism, and she has been foraging and familiarizing herself with the plants by picking herbs with her family since she was like 7 or 8 years old. So she's been steeped in herbalism and all related topics since she was little. Her depth and breadth of information and knowledge is just phenomenal. And in this holistic nutrition course, she covers something that is so useful because it's not so much about, oh, here is the diets that are the best for you and whatnot. She really emphasizes that any diet can be good as long as you're educated and you understand the nutritional components of your food. And so she talks about like the different nutritional components that are in food and why they're important and why you need to pay attention to them. So it's a phenomenal course. There's 11 classes in the course, I believe. So it's a significant course, very comprehensive, and every class has so much information in it that you'll likely need to go through the class a few times because it's so rich. And the holistic nutrition course is included in the MWH Year One program. It's one of the electives. So we'll go down here to the free for you section. And this is where you'll always be able to find free offerings. So Matthew's 70th birthday celebration happened on June 4th, and that is when we announced the grand reopening. And you can click on this link here to visit that recording. The intro to tongue evaluation happened last week, or was it a couple of days ago? And you could sign up to watch the recording by clicking here. And Intro to the Endocrine System with Matthew and Phyllis is coming up on the June 26th, and you can register here. So that'll be phenomenal as well. You can register for the next site orientation coming up by going to the calendar as I demoed earlier. And of course, this is an intro to Matthew Wood's latest book, A Shamanic Herbal, which is available for pre-order now. And you can click here to pre-order the book. This is a whole class where Matthew talks about his inspirations and about the book in general. It's fantastic. And of course, the free Materia Medica cards, which I cannot recommend enough. Free set of 50 cards, highly detailed, beautifully designed, and so much information, so concisely presented that they make a great resource for studying on your own, studying with others, for for kids. They're great. And yeah, just another way to infuse herbs into our life. And so this will take you to the all courses. And at the bottom, you'll find the latest from our blog. You'll see different posts from different people. And so you can read all about them there. But you can, of course, load more. And you can see some testimonials, mission statement. And that's the homepage. So yeah, take your time to peruse and to familiarize yourself with the new site. It is just as vast and large as the old site, but with a slightly newer look. So it may take a bit of time to get used to, and just like anything. But you can always email us at hello@woodherbs, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. So I'll hang around here for another couple minutes, see if anyone thinks of any questions or anything else that they might want a little rundown on. I'm happy to help. I'm not seeing any questions come in, and that's okay. Sometimes questions take time to percolate, but they're absolutely welcome. And yeah, let me know. Yeah, Tara saying in the chat, have you seen the free tongue evaluation intro? It was great, great class. And yeah, it might inspire you to want to check out some of the other classes included in that course. They're phenomenal. And yeah, as mentioned in early 2025, there will be advanced discussion classes coming your way. These are included in the professional library. And especially if you have been in the herbal realm for a while, seeing advanced or seeing experienced practitioners such as Matthew, Phyllis, and others discussing a case, discussing an advanced discussion regarding specific topics in regards to herbal medicine is so insightful because they bring perspective that they've acquired, that they've honed for, uh, both Matthew and Phyllis, they have like over 35 years of experience each. So it just really, it's astounding when you see the way they work, the way their mind works when they're thinking of, all the different connections and all the different things that they would want to ask about in regards to somebody's health during a consultation or in regards to a health issue. So we have a question here. Anonymous asking, any reason um, why I can access account in one browser, but not on Firefox? Both were on the new site, but since the changeover, unable to access on Firefox. Year one student. Thank you for letting us know. So just to clarify, the year one student platform is the new site. So want to make sure that that's clear. And the reason why so we changed the domain over, as I mentioned, the domain or the URL, the www.matthewwoodinstituteofherbalism.com, that belonged to the old site before, but we of course switched it over to the new site. And in that switch over, because of cookies and of the information that your computer saves along the way to remember different sites. It will remember the URL, but it will associate it with the other site, right? So if you're basically the best way or one way that you can hopefully curb and prevent that issue from happening is to clear your caches and your history. So in your browser, in your Firefox or any other browser that you're using, go to your history section. You want to clear cache and history. Claire is saying that she erased history and cookies. Yeah, okay. So for the most part, that will help. Sometimes it doesn't. And I'm curious to know, Claire, like if you erase your history and cookies, maybe be a little bit more specific with us and tell us exactly what's happening. And if you are able to message us at hello@whatherbs, and if you're able to take a screenshot of what happens when you go to the MatthewWoodInstituteofHerbalism.com, then that will really help us to understand what's going on, and we can give you more specific guidance on how to address the issue. I'm trying to address, like, generally speaking, the issues that have been coming up, but every case kind of can vary because of everyone's computer is different, and everyone's settings are different. So it has turned out that for different people, different solutions are coming up in different or very similar issues, but slightly different versions are happening. So yeah, please message us at hello@whatherbs.com and send us a screenshot if possible of what happens. And then that way we can really get into specifically what's happening for you. Yeah, Tara's mentioning the holistic nutrition course. It's amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. I learned so much with Phyllis during that course, and yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, Tara's saying any remaining questions, now's your chance. So go ahead, I'll hang up for another couple minutes and feel free to ask. And of course, if questions do come up after, then let us know at hello@whatherbs.com and we'll be more than happy to help you out. The help page is a fantastic resource. As I mentioned and showed there, there's all of those links to useful videos. They're all, separate videos. So the different sections and the different features of the site, the new site, have been broken up into these different videos that will demo how to use these different features and sections. So it makes it really handy. And very useful because, sometimes you go to a new site once or a couple of times and you're like, yeah, I got this. And then the next time you go back, you're lost. That's definitely happened to me. So if that happens, the help page is your first resource that you can go to, and by the title of the video or the frequently asked questions there, you'll be able to easily find a video that is pointing out information about the specific thing that you maybe forgot. Like if you forgot to use, how do I mention people in the community again? Then look for that video in the help page and things like that. And that way you'll be able to find information easily. Great. Well, I'm not seeing any new questions, and that's okay. That they take time to come up, and of course they take sometimes you just need to go and explore, and then the questions come up. So go and explore, go and have fun, and let us know. Of course, if any issues come up, as Claire mentioned, but also if questions come up, we're more than happy to help you. hello@wooderbs.com. And thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to attend and for your questions. And have a fantastic day, evening, morning, wherever you're tuning in from at this time. And we will see you again soon. Take care.